Hello everyone, Vincent Teo from HDTV Test here. I am on an online Zoom call with Mr. Danny Tack, who is the Director of Product Strategy and Planning at Philips TV. And thanks a lot, Danny, for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you for the invitation, Vincent, and hello to everybody. I will guide you through all our new picture quality innovations in the coming minutes.
Yes. At Philips TV, you take picture processing very seriously. Can you please explain to our viewers the improvements that you have made on the flagship Philips OLED Plus 935 in terms of the picture processing?
Yes, maybe before I go to the flagship, could repeat what we have been launching in the first half of the year, which was our OLED 800 series with the new artificial intelligence processing, which is the core for the 800 series OLED, but of course also for the flagship. Our AI is working on neural networks. Basically what we have done is we have been boiling down a database of millions of pictures, fed them through the neural network, and that neural network classifies into different classifications, of which there are nature, phase, motion, dark, and other. That's the core of the 805 artificial intelligence processing, but also for the 935. With the 935 flagship, we go a couple of steps further because 935 flagship has actually more processing power than our 800 series OLED. It is a dual engine chip now again with more processing power to enhance, to make additional picture quality enhancements, of which one of them is, for instance, the smart bit enhancement. We already had smart bit enhancement in our previous generations, but we now have it based working on artificial intelligence. We call it Smart Bit Enhancement 2.0. It's really the next level. It's solving all your banding problems without losing any detail. Great achievement, big step forward. The second one is the artificial intelligence machine learned sharpness. This is a real new sharpness enhancement based on AI, and it enhances the sharpness in the picture differently on different places in the picture. So if you have very sharp parts of the picture, it will treat it differently than medium sharpness. So it's really working local. And the result of that is that you have always the optimum sharpness without, even in the vivid mode, exaggerating. So we will not make people older while we want to make trees and roads much sharper than they are in reality. We really want to keep it balanced, although it is a vivid picture. The key word for our AI machine learned sharpness is that we can do local sharpening. And the third one is again a next level in our unique feature, perfect natural reality, which you all know is converting all your SDR sources into HDR look and feel, but now again with a 30% more natural sharpness appeal. Basically, the technology behind there is that we do highlight detection and then do highlight enhancement, which again makes it really very realistic.
So just to recap, you have an improved decontouring filter that removes the posterization without destroying fine detail. And then you will also have a local edge enhancement kind of a AI application. And also the third one being the next step of perfect natural reality, which is increased selective enhancement of highlight detail without it looking unnatural. That sounds very interesting. Now, in terms of the chipset itself, From reading the specs, I understand that you are using the 4th generation of the P5 engine. Is there any difference between the 805 and also the flagship 935?
So yes, like I mentioned, 935 has one additional picture quality chip, which is as unique as the other one, but to give more processing power in order to, for instance, to do the better smart bit enhancement, you need bigger filters and you need some more horsepower to do so. Same thing for our machine learned sharpness. It's all about enough processing power, and that we do extra in the 935 through the additional chip.
Okay, with the 935 being an OLED TV, I think burn-in is understandably a concern among consumers and especially gamers. Are you doing anything to tackle this problem at Philips TV?
Definitely. So we already have a lot of precautions in our products from the first start with OLED up till now, like static detections of the picture, do screensavers, do picture shifts, all of those things everybody is doing. But now with the 935, we go one step beyond. We are using again our additional horsepower, processing power we have in the set, and we are able now using a grid to check the complete picture. It's a grid of over 30,000 zones, to be precise, 32,400 zones. We are analyzing the picture and checking for static content. And by doing so with such a high number of zones, we can precisely detect where static parts in the picture are all the time and which parts are moving. And by being very sure about things that are static, meaning they will hurt your display on burning in, we are able to very locally reduce gradually the contrast of those static parts in the picture, just those, and not affecting the rest of the picture. By that, we are actually solving the burn-in problem of OLED by 95% for all your static content. Means, in general, logos, but also, for instance, if you're a big gamer and the gaming content, some things like scoreboards can be very static. Also there, we will avoid your burn-in on your very expensive OLED screens.
Is this technology, this grid detection, a technology that has been developed exclusively by Philips TV?
Yes, definitely. So it's our own chip, our own algorithm that is running. This is completely designed here in the Innovation Center in Ghent in Belgium.
Fantastic. Given your penchant for picture processing, I was really quite surprised to see Philips TV being listed as one of the TV brands to support filmmaker mode. So can you explain your rationale behind this, behind adopting filmmaker mode on your 2020 sets?
Yes, basically I need to follow the market. And today in our TVs, we have also what is called the movie mode, because some people like movie mode more than the vivid mode. I'm preferring vivid, like you say. But as we already have for many years now in a row, the movie mode, which is a smart picture mode with all picture processing switched off, then it's only a very small step to go to filmmaker mode, or to actually change our movie mode into filmmaker mode. We already had a mode without any picture processing, and filmmaker mode is also such thing. So we can support this. But as it works with notifying the consumer that a movie with a director intent is coming on a screen, you're giving the choice to the consumer to choose for that filmmaker mode or to stay on the mode he is. And in that respect, I can easily live with the fact that we also include the filmmaker mode in there. Having said that, like you say, I'm pensioned on picture processing, and of course, I will always stay and advocate that P5 picture processing is the thing that you should use in our 935 TV rather than the filmmaker mode. But if you, as a consumer, would like to follow Hollywood's direction, we are having the filmmaker mode. Still, we think P5 picture processing is better.
Right. So I think what you're doing is to cater to all audiences, regardless of whether they prefer P5 processing or whether they prefer to have more picture processing turned off. So it's similar to how you support both HDR10 Plus and also Dolby Vision to cater to all the market. So that is extremely reassuring to hear. And OLED being OLED, ironically, because its pixel response time is so fast, one of the problems that many OLED owners have found is that you get this starter in 24p content. I personally don't see it because I'm used to the 24p starter, from years of watching other display technologies. But from your point of view, are you doing anything extra to combat this problem for viewers who are sensitive to this 24p starter that is inherent because of the slow frame rate anyway?
Yes, like actually we have different smart modes, of which filmmaker mode is one of them, but we have our vivid smart picture mode, which gives you all the P5 picture processing. Same thing we have in our motion mode. So we have the motion mode, which is giving you a very smooth, complete, smooth and fluent picture. But we also have modes there which have the full judder like Hollywood intended to have, or a little bit of judder and a little bit of smoothness improvement. This year we are actually launching two new modes. One is called Pure Cinema. That's the one that has the full judder, but is still up converting to your 100 hertz display, meaning that it will reduce the unsharpness of the motion. And then we have another brand new mode, which we call Movie. And that Movie mode is a very mild form of judder compensation. It is improving the judder a little bit, but to a very small extent to avoid any soap opera effects or halo effects. And so if you're into having judder and not into getting soap opera effects because of the heavy judder compensation, then the new mode, the new Movie mode, is your mode to be used.
That all sounds very interesting, certainly, and I really look forward to testing and seeing your new OLED TVs when they launch later this year. Thanks a lot, Danny, for taking the time to speak to us. I hope viewers find his insight helpful and how he has actually explained the picture quality improvements on their new OLEDs. And I think that, there are many innovations at play here, and I certainly look forward to receiving and testing your displays.
Thank you, Vincent, for inviting me for this explanation. It was my pleasure, and I hope people will enjoy later on our 935 products when they would choose to buy them.